What's up, Feathermuckers? I'm about to go on vacation and I wanted to crank out something fast but still substantial, even though it's not Red Dead Camp content related.
RDR2 video when?
All in good time, my friend. All in good time.
So for now, how about we take a leap into the realm of speculation, predicting what things might appear in GTA 6. And hey, maybe we'll learn something, and maybe it won't turn into a damning critique of the current gaming culture.
Here's hoping.
This is not a list of things I necessarily want to see in the game, but I think have a strong chance of being in the game due to Rockstar's past tendencies with their past entries. I tried to avoid the most obvious ideas, for example, being able to play games on that PlayStation, since playing games within the game has been a thing since GTA 4. I figured there's not going to be a more fitting time to make such a video unless they delay it again. No, I'm just hoping to be a fresh voice in this niche arena with outlandish but still valid predictions that anyone could add to and join in on the fun of pondering the possible. Shall we? TikTok. GTA has always addressed the cultural problems induced by technology, and given the vertical videos that appear in the first trailer, I believe these videos are more than trailer fodder. I suspect there will be a robust social media smartphone app like a Better Bleeder and Life Invader, a side activity where you'll be able to pull out your phone, click the app, and scroll through funny videos for as long as the game lets you. Or maybe this is the new Rockstar Social Club where we'll get to see other players' wacky videos through an in-game mechanic through multiplayer. On top of that, it could contain side mission hints out in the sticks in the city, and maybe it'll fake buffer to let you know that there's no more content at that time, or maybe NPCs will say something like, oh no, the app is always glitching because everyone's using it, as a lore reason to explain why you can't just scroll forever. Who knows? In fact, I think a personal TikTok account from the couple could be one of the ways they'll provide backstory and world building. Before Jason picks up Lucia, maybe the player will be free to check his phone and watch the happy videos they made together to give the player another reason to give a damn. Or perhaps they'll just show a cutscene of him doing just that and saves the trouble. Oh, and of course, they'll have to name the TikTok equivalent something else, something more fitting for the funny world of Grand Theft Auto. DickDoc. Perfect. Nailed it. I'm calling it DickDoc. And speaking of calling, I think we'll finally get to call for a pizza and other deliveries. Like I said, these are dumb, but to do something this normal in a modern open world game would be insane. I want this. Last game we were taking baths, feeding and brushing our horses, and cleaning our guns because they were rusting in the river. Mundanity, for better and for worse, is the future of gaming. At least that's the illusion of the advancement. Do the eyes dilate in the dark? Does the wetness effect only go up to where the water was? Do the cars do that little tick 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 thing when you turn them off? I'm just saying, the fact that we still have not been able to call a pizza place and get a pizza in a Rockstar game is insane to me. If The Sims can do it, so can Grand Theft Auto. It's the immersion. At the very least, allow me to enter a restaurant and order food because for some reason, y'all forgot to add that in the last GTA. Florida Men, or Leonida Men. While that seems obvious, I'm taking this from a different angle. The world of Grand Theft Auto HD is one where everyone is insane, everyone is ridiculous, and if they're not crazy, they're either marks or main characters, and equally as boring. So to have the real-life version of GTA levels of crazy people represented in a GTA, I think that the Florida Leonida Man is going to be more than a handful of references and encounters. They could be the replacement name for the Strangers and Freaks side missions. Or even better, they'll be their own collectible, like you go around filming them for someone else's TikTok account so the couple can make some money. Like hunting for Cletus, but, fun. Burn Notice. Burn Notice was a TV show about an American spy who suddenly had all his resources and credentials cut off and blacklisted, and we call this getting burned. Michael Weston, the main character, was then dumped in Miami, where his goal was to find out who burned him and how to get his old life back, and in the meantime, helping people with the kind of problems that cops cannot fix. It's an awesome series, but aside from Miami, how could this be related or relevant to GTA 6? Consider this. Burn Notice first aired before GTA 4 came out and ended its run the same year GTA 5 released. I am of the strong suspicion that this show inspired at least a few things for 5. First of all, Michael DeSanta's default look and first name are identical with Michael Weston's. There's the fact that the entirety of GTA 5's story is initiated and then further pushed by the intelligence agencies of the country. And given that Michael was perpetually being watched by the FIB, this is a similar circumstance to what the other Michael always states in the intro of his show.
A friend who's informing on you to the feds,
And being a series about paperclip budget espionage, there's more than a fair share of episodes involving the infiltration of various facilities with limited time and resources. AKA, GTA heists.
We don't have time to prepare the right way.
It's not my concern. I cannot allocate any more resources to this.
The FIB building raid in particular feels like Burn Notice at its best, especially given the motivations and subject matter of that specific heist. The heroes are being forced to do things they don't want to do because somebody has a gun to their back. Now, maybe that's all coincidence for GTA 5. Fine. I'm still convinced that GTA 6, which is set in Miami, is going to take at least some inspiration from Burn Notice. Whether it's having a chain-smoking mother figure who's tough but pushing the hero to be a better hero, a location that strongly resembles the loft that Michael Weston operates from, or a mission's moment or premise being ripped from an episode, like the mattress in the pool escape, or stopping an in-progress bank robbery, or dealing with right-wing extreme teams right before they attack you. Rockstar has been keen on being explicit with their inspiration before, and while Burn Notice is not as iconic as, say, Heat, or Lethal Weapon 2, or Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, it would be pretty weird to me if nothing from this hot Miami-based show gets referenced in the hot Miami-based game.
What? Commercial break.
Driverless cars. That's it. Driverless car. What else do I need to say? It's a reality today, and there's a lot of funny and practicality Rockstar could use with them. Put a waypoint on and cinematically let it drive through the city, hands-free, just like RDR2. It's a no-brainer. It's a feature practically already in the game, but let's go even further. What if there's another mission in 6 like Friend Request from 5, where you fiddle with modern tech to produce a horrific outcome because someone told you to? In GTA 5, it was exploding the face of the Mark Zuckerberg stand-in, so I wouldn't put it past Rockstar to force you to do the same kind of thing with another real-life billionaire. Elon Musk. Elon Musk is going to bite it.
Jeez, is that true?
That's delightful.
What is that actually happened?
Of course it happened.
Virtually. I hereby predict that Rockstar will have a mission where you give an Elon Musk stand-in, namely the CEO of Coil, a personal and permanent parachuteless plunge. Now, whether that's literal, or it's to remote control his self-driving electric vehicle off a cliff, or to Sniper Elite V2 his own escape rocket, or maybe all three of these attempts are possible within the same mission, it's gonna happen. One way, there's simply no way they don't depict Elon, given his rise in fame since before he toked and joked with Joe Rogan. No matter how you feel about such billionaires IRL, Rockstar is not beneath doing petty shit for cheap laughs. I don't want this necessarily, I'm just saying they're probably going to do it. And even if they're not going to be on Elon, then they're definitely going to pull the trump card. He's going to be in there somehow. I mean, the Don is uniquely tied to Florida. He's been living at Mar-a-Lago, a national historical landmark, since 1985. Maybe Rockstar doesn't want to get that political. But to not include the most influential man since before Red Dead 2's first trailer is simply not something they do given their track record to make relevant socio-political commentaries. President Bush is not mentioned in 4 or 5, but his positions and policies as a generic and easy-to-mock Republican were.
Maybe he should have thought about that when he started dating you. Not that there's anything wrong with dating you.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Your choice is your choice, man. But he should have thought about who he was before getting elected on the family values ticket. He preaches homosexuality as evil.
And a gay dude? How am I supposed to focus on killing the enemy's family and burning his house down if I'm worried about some guy looking at my hoo-ha?
You're gonna get on a plane. You're flying a long way from this country and you're gonna spread your message. The media and the government would have us believe that torture is some necessary thing. We need it to get information, to assert ourselves. Did we get any information out of you?
I would have told you everything.
Exactly.
Even if Rockstar wanted to play it safe, which, again, I wouldn't be surprised if, as a mission, the devs recreated a particular raid on the aforementioned mansion that just so happened to take place on my second wedding anniversary. I know that'd be pretty late in development, but it could happen. They could delay it again.
It could happen.
Whether he's a central figure or a throwaway gag cameo, an obvious Donald Trump figure will be depicted. Hell, maybe a mix of Governor DeSantis and the guy that got him elected. If he's not depicted, then they're cowards, and I'm okay with that.
woman things. Let me explain.
I'm not talking about talking out feelings or going on dates or doing a mission that's just shopping for clothes. I'd be down for that personally.
Welcome back to Drip or Drown with Dutch.
I'm fine with these things. In fact, I want these things. It'd be weird to ditch the hangout activity from 4 and 5 when 6 is about a couple. If I'm overseeing the relationship between two people I'm controlling, I want the relationship to turn out good. What I'm talking about with woman things is highlighting the fantasy that is GTA. And if Lucia Caminos is the first female protagonist in the series, that's voiced and actually matters, then there's going to be featured the same kind of petty dark fantasies, but from the supposed collective female experience. This could range from something as innocent as asking a man for help and he'll do it because you're cute, to something far more violent but justified, like preventing a friend from getting violated by an overly pushy scumbag. Both of these are good scenarios, by the way. I can imagine how they'd be fun to play out. I mean, we did the latter in the last game twice in the same mission. It's not like changing the sex would render these moments weaker, especially if Lucia is established as a mega mighty mujer. Oh, and look at this. She is. However, I am also expecting Disney Plus She-Hulk levels of cringe. Not necessarily woke, but, cringe, like random NPCs in the open world telling Lucia, "Oh, you should smile more. Bitch, I was just being friendly," and other annoyances that could easily be walked past. But after punching these dudes down to the pavement, she'll then have unique responses to their cat calls. Prepare for those compilations. They're gonna be big. Listen, if they're going to allow for the participation of the typical fantasy of the average modern woman, then it's necessarily going to be unappealing to the average man. Some things you just swallow, other things you spit out, and speaking of which, this might also be the first modern GTA to remove vulnerable ladies of the night from the game. The ladies might still be there, but after their services, it'll end in a cutscene much like the deluxe baths from Red Dead 2, where they say goodbye and promptly leave, thus making them unavailable for the, refund. I predict this because I don't have faith that Rockstar will listen to their core audience base and keep this classic, albeit non-essential, freedom in the game. And given how realistically motivated and emotionally dramatic the last game was, I predict that a few other features will be omitted from the newest game to account for how the company has matured. That said, controversy over the in-game content is a traditional occurrence for every major GTA. The 5-finger refund, the scalding Java mod, the mad lads hating on the Double D, or the back alley dentistry. Controversy is inevitable with GTA, and the increase in negative press means even more sales for these already guaranteed successes.
Michelle Rowland, the game made almost $1 billion in sales in just the first 24 hours.
Thus, Rockstar is always looking to push the boundaries somehow. So what if, and I'm just spitballing here, what if Rockstar adds a particular activity or story event, one that involves the player going to a certain clinic where they can help somebody or personally help themselves to plan your parent...
I'm sorry.
And the number one Kyle Kringle GTA 6 prediction is... it's gonna suck. Specifically, this is what many gamers and trend-hopping non-gamers will say when it comes out. But why? I mean, for one, it's going to get called woke. Let's get that out of the way. But those hypersensitive grifters will use anything vaguely left-wing as an excuse, even though this series has always been more than vaguely left-wing. That was never a real issue, but mark my words, it suddenly will be. No. The real issue is this. Unlike gaming in the 2000s, the time before every remastered HD remake, the standards for gaming now are so damn high and so incapable of noticeable improvements. The jump between San Andreas and 4 only covers 4 years, but that jump is twice as huge as the jump between GTA 5 and RDR 2. Which were 5 years apart. We are running out of innovation. The wow factor is only so strong for so long, and because players and critics rate games not on the overall quality of the actual game, but on the overall influence it has on the industry, GTA 6 is guaranteed to get lower scores than its predecessors, even if it turns out to be objectively better than them. That's how Angry Joe Show can rate the first Red Dead Redemption with a 10 out of 10, but later gives its objectively superior sequel a 9. Our standards are bullshit. I guarantee it. There's going to be those stupid, petty, Max Payne profile picturesque videos of micro comparisons between the physics and other tiny, insignificant details. How do I know that? Because they always fucking do that! Oh, the new Assassin's Creed sucks because the second game did a single thing better. No! That is not how we judge things, and I don't even care about AC Shadows. I care about our standards. We are here to make overall assessments about the overall experience compared to the past overall experience. Going beyond comparing mere moments with other moments. We compare the whole book with the other whole book, not this one paragraph and this other paragraph. That is not the way you review things.
That is not the way you do things.
But it's not like my lone voice is going to prevent anything. Y'all are numerous, y'all are stubborn, y'all are driven y'all's particulars way. For the love of God, be yourselves. But for the love of me, be better.
Let it all out.
I think I just did.
Make no mistake, GTA 6 is not going to fail, but it very well might be received and perceived poorly by a large enough portion of players. I think GTA 6 will be a lot like Fallout 4. Still a big hit, still a fantastically fun time, but also hated by some fans in such a way that it reveals the curve of that company's successful run having already reached its peak, which was their previous game. A lot is riding on Rockstar's latest major release. The success rate of 6 will determine the future of gaming. I am cautious about it, but I have enough faith in them to expect good things from them. But I can't say the same about the loud minority of cherry-picking comparison junkies. If you're watching this in 2026 and I happen to be right about a lot, then I guess I told you so, but if I was wrong, then I'll be happy to have been wrong. What do you think will happen? What things do you predict will come with GTA 6? What other celebrities? Kanye? Andrew Tate? Mr. Best? We'll throw them out there. See what sticks in the comments with everyone else. My comments are always open for scrutiny, so please, scrutinize. It would be hypocritical if I didn't allow it. So please, leave a comment and stay tuned for more. I hope that we all hope that this game turns out good. Good luck, everyone. Avoid folly, stay jolly. I'm out of here.